I'd like to introduce Frank and Carolyn Ballback. They're passive investors, and they're going to do a presentation tonight.
Up, Carolyn, you came up anyways?
She was a teacher.
You don't have to talk if you don't
I will
want to,
not be
Carolyn.
talking much.
She's a teacher too, and she doesn't like getting in front of people.
Okay, go.
All right, so where do I start? Where do you want?
Well, tell us about yourselves, Frank. Come
My
on.
name is Frank Ballback, and this is my wife,
Frank,
Carolyn.
here's the first thing we're going to learn. We're going to hold the microphone up here so
Okay.
you can actually hear you. Can you hold it up there? I know you just had surgery.
Yeah, I'm all right. My name is Frank Ballback, and this is my wife, Carolyn. Up. I just retired actually a few months ago, and it was because I knew with passive investing we're going to be able to make enough money to support ourselves for, hopefully 20, 30 more years. She might live a little longer, but I'm going to shoot for that.
Your sugar daddy?
Yeah, well, that's why she's living the dream in Florida.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, what's this a picture of?
Yeah, I sent
Oh,
Dave.
that wasn't part of the presentation? No. I just put it in there.
What is that?
Because he's so cool
I sent him
that
a
he just
picture.
had a surgery and he's up here speaking anyways.
I sent him the picture earlier.
I know I didn't put that slide in.
Yeah, I wanted to get a little taller, so
I
I,
like to make
added
it
a
fun.
few extra discs. So anyway,
See
move
this?
on.
All women said they want 1
What
inch
did he
more, so he extended his neck by 1 inch.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit taller.
Yep.
So I'm not on any drugs, but I should be right now.
And you just had that surgery like a month or so.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, so yeah.
Let's just say I don't recommend it.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your past. What do you guys do?
All right.
Or did?
Well, I was in the Air Force like you for 4 years. I was a cop.
hand.
I was a cop, but I wasn't canine. Then worked a variety of different commission sales jobs. So I haven't had a real set income since I pretty much right out of the Air Force.
But you had the coolest job in the world. You were a Snap-on guy.
Yeah, I was a Snap-on
Who thinks
truck.
Snap-on guy's pretty cool? Did he bankrupt anybody in the room?
I hope so. Yeah, but anyway. So I did that for 9 years, and then I started a portable restroom and restroom trailer business. And Carolyn at this time was also being a teacher. And at one point, I did a job at a guy's house, and his fiance at the time introduces me and says, "Hey, let me go get Dell." So this guy named Dell comes walking out, shows me where he wants me to put a trailer, and I set up this really pretty nice air-conditioned trailer for a big party they were doing, and I left. A couple years later, I sold that company, and I was listening to the radio, and I happened to recognize the voice, and it was Del Walmsley. And I was like, well, if he had told me what he did, I could have saved a lot of money in capital gains. I paid a lot.
I actually pooped in his things
Yeah,
at Dell's party.
I took crap from everybody back then.
Yeah, you did. Madeline, you did too. You remember those trailers? They were air conditioned.
I put it this way.
I remember.
Air
They were very
conditioned
high-end in his
president.
parties.
Yeah. So anyway, I did that, and then just a few months ago, we sold the shower trailer business, which I kept, and I ran that by myself, and that was just a smaller company. So I retired mainly so I can start getting the surgeries that my body needs. So I'm not doing it for the fun and the trips. I'm doing it just to rehab my body. So that's it.
Carolyn, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as he said, I went to Texas Tech. I was a teacher for about 15 years, taught English at high school. We have 3 children between us. I stayed home some of the time, watched children, drove them all over the place because his job didn't allow him to have any of those kind of hours that he could do any of that. So that's pretty much what I did.
So when I'm up here speaking, do you cringe every one of my run-on sentences?
No.
No.
I don't do that anymore.
Oh, the other thing's not that. Okay.
Yeah, other things.
Okay. Why'd you join?
I joined for the passive income was the main thing. And, it was mainly knowing that I was a hands-on business and I turnkey kind of business. I had employees, so I was making money sometimes when I was sitting at home while they were on a job. But overall, I still was involved in the job, even when I was sitting at the house or wherever I was.
It was a lot of stress.
One of them guys got sick. Who had to do the job?
Oh, that's the reason. Well, why do you think I was at Dell's house? Because I needed to deliver something, didn't have the employees, enough people. So I was out doing as much work as my guys, and then I'd go back and do all the office work. So that's why. But passive income, mainly so I can let my money make money so I can physically not have to do all the jobs.
You want your money to work for you. Great.
Yes.
So You know, Madeline, you bring this up a lot. How do people meet people and get in these deals and stuff? You want to give some advice or something that way? I don't know.
How do you meet leads? How do you meet passives? You go to meetups. The ambassadors in every city have a meetup that they organize, sometimes 3 or 4 meetups. You go to meetings. You can meet other passives. You can meet leads. We have a platform where you can connect with leads and get on their distribution list to find out about deals. And then what are some of your networking tips?
Well, the case studies like this, the networking, especially the Woodlands area, is mainly because that's closer to where I'm, living. So the Woodlands meetups, but I've
Meet
gone
up
to
every
some
month there,
meetup
yeah.
every month, and you start networking, meeting, you talk about deals you're in, other leads, and you just you learn from each other. You're always learning, and it's nice. I like when I find somebody that's getting into their first deal. I like finding that person that I was just a couple years ago. And then somebody like you that's way up here and I'm down here, I'm aiming for it, but it's going to take me a few years.
You'll get it. You'll be there. And the expo?
And the expo is, I 100% recommend going.
That's a once-a-year thing. Everybody comes to that. So.
It's worth it. It's fun. Plus, also, you get to stay at a nice hotel. My wife liked that a lot.
I did like
Carolyn really liked the nice hotel.
Now, I understand if you're brand new, a couple of you are in the room, this is Greek to you. This will all make sense this weekend. What they're basically doing is these people invest in these apartment deals. They don't run them. They don't have involvement in them. They got to learn how to evaluate them if it's a good deal to invest in. But they got to learn, how do I meet these people that are putting these deals together? And that's the tips they're giving for people that are already in the program. You'll learn about it this weekend. It'll make more sense then. They're just giving you some ideas of how they did it. Okay? All right.
These are your deals.
Those are 7 of my first 9 deals.
Tell me again, what year did you join?
We actually joined December of 21. Went to this right here, joined the financial freedom package, did not take the 2-day until that February because we had some other things going on. So we joined in February, took the 2-day in 22. And
Okay.
then in March of 22 was the expo at that time. So we hurried up and became certified passive. So and then we did not do our first passive deal until first 2 deals the summer of 22.
Okay.
So it's been 2 years now.
Excellent.
Of actually passives.
And you're in 7?
We're actually in 9. 2 of them closed in December.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
see
you got
at
2
the
more now.
bottom,
Yeah,
correct,
we
in
added
Knoxville
another
and Cincinnati?
Yeah, we added 3 more deals, or 2 more deals in December, so 300 something more doors.
So you have the location and the number of units and how much you invested, and then your anticipated average annual return.
Yes, not all of them are cash flowing yet. Some of them are still in that process, but it's planting the seeds, getting another passive deal, because the more that you start getting as they start developing, it took me years of hands-on to build my restroom and my shower trailer businesses. This, is a lot easier, and it's gonna, grow. So it's, like I said, I just followed the map, listening to you, listening to Dell, and listening to the radio, and even learning from this guy.
So I want to ask you a couple questions. These are different leads doing different deals in different areas. Of all these deals, how many did you physically visit properties?
I did a due diligence up in Nacogdoches at one of the deals.
Okay.
And got a chance to meet that lead, and it wasn't the location that I liked as much as I loved the lead. As soon as I met him, I realized how good he was and how much I really trusted him.
Okay.
And so he's been a good guy to be with. And then that's the only one I can think of that I've been at.
So think about it. He lived here in Houston, but you haven't even visited him?
Nope, just did one.
Who likes that idea? My point is these are investments. Give him a hand. Because you don't want to be a pest. You want to make money. That's the point.
Our last 2 that we just did that just closed, another one is in Cincinnati and one's in Tennessee.
Okay.
So
when you invest in Tennessee, did you have to knock out a couple teeth first?
I already got a couple missing.
Okay, never mind.
So I already blend in.
Okay. So you see when we say live where you want to live, invest where it makes sense? So he looked at the different returns and said, these are the right ones for me. Now, when he says some of these aren't making money yet, you got to realize when we buy an apartment, it's a moving, living thing. If the last guy wasn't running it right, it might take 6 months or a year till we turn it around and it starts making money. Do you understand that? It's all part of the projection. I just want to make sure you understood that. Okay, cool. All right. So, how's this
Just change your life.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
How's it? Which?
You both said the same thing. How's it change your life? Talk to those people out there.
How's it changed my life? Well, first of all,
taxes.
I've been physically hands-on in businesses where I would be out at midnight, 2 a.m. doing jobs or going to jobs, coming back from jobs, 7 days a week, at one point, 8 years without a vacation, things like that. But I did it because I had to do it. And so I was not, it didn't mean anything. It was just part of what I was used to. But it gave me the confidence to know that we can, be in middle, like now I'm in my senior years, so now I can hopefully enjoy the next 10, 20, 30 years without having to do stuff, without having to physically work.
Wait, you just say you don't have to do stuff. Does she give you a honey-do list?
Actually, very rarely.
Oh, wow, that's good. Great wife, Carolyn. Would you mind talking to my wife? Because she has a list this long and it's never done.
I'm kind of hyper. I give myself a really good.
Oh, okay.
That's why this surgery thing is going to lay me up for a few months.
I know he's supposed to be wearing a brace right now.
Supposed to be
he
wearing
said,
it.
I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't need no stinking brace.
There you go. Well, what advice would you give some of the new folks that are thinking about, they're coming to seminar this weekend about the life of a passive investor? What advice would you, just one or two words of wisdom that you would give?
Do you have any?
Anything?
Well, meet a lot of the leads.
Okay.
Meet a lot of the leads, because that's a lot of times that's how we made the decisions.
Okay.
Is after we,
So you
and
got to
then-
make sure you like the person. It's a marriage.
feel like
and if you
it.
don't like the person, don't invest with them. That's what I always say.
And also meet a lot of people, because a lot of them will tell you who they've worked with and how that, and they give you some great advice about who to invest with maybe. Or
Right.
I've got Robert over there, and me and him go back and forth on deals, and sometimes a deal that I think's going to be good, and all of a sudden he'll rattle off reasons, and I'm like, okay, and then I'm like,
See how you network with other people?
Yeah,
And he
it
was one of my
helps a
biggest
lot.
skeptics, weren't
yeah.
you, Robert?
But he called me his mini me, and then I had my neck surgery, so now I'm a little bit taller, so now I'm not mini anymore.
You got that extra inch?
Yeah, I got the extra inch there. I'm tall now.
Awesome.
I think next slide
Oh, I'm
is
sorry.
your short-term goals and long-term goals.
There you go.
I have property up in Willis that I've been living at. We sold our house in Conroe, and Carolyn moved to Daytona Beach about a year and a half ago. We've had a house out there for 2.5
come
years.
some of the time.
Yeah, I get to visit. She lets me visit.
Not the whole time.
So she's been living there, and so I'm hopefully going to be selling the property in Willis or leasing it. And then I'm also physically just going to get in shape. That's short term.
There you go.
So,
And you might even visit me down there.
yeah. Well, I'm going to see you in Jacksonville in a
Yeah,
couple weeks.
That's cool. Awesome.
And then your long-term goals.
Grow the passive income, grow the deals as much as possible. And I actually got some more money coming in. Find money from different places, like property and all that, and buy more passive deals. And I'm even dabbling now into the single family. Just a few, mainly because I kind of like the hands-on aspect, plus equity capture. I like
Cool.
it.
Many of our members do both,
Yep.
passive
that.
and single family.
Cool.
Excellent.
Any questions from the room? No, we're good?
Gordon
Excellent.
and Gordon and John, I'm surprised.
All right, let's give them a hand. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Great job. And thank you for coming.